Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Friday, October 6th, 2023.
Beautiful October day.
Yeah, the weather's changing.
It's still 90.
It's beautiful.
But it's nice, yeah.
Yeah, you can kind of tell. It's like not summer anymore.
Yeah, it starts to get crisp, and especially at night. So, yeah, we're starting to enjoy it.
And I got a jacket on.
Yeah, look at you.
I haven't worn a jacket in a long time.
Very nice.
So, Anthony, you went to the Blackjack Ball. Let's talk about it. That's big news.
Yeah, well, it's big news in our fraternity.
Sure.
You know, I mean, it's what we do every year. We've talked about it. We have a vote.
Okay.
And somebody gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. There aren't that many. There's only about 31 now. Mm-hmm. And this year's inductee was Maria the Greek.
Maria the Greek.
That's what she goes by. And, a lot of these guys and girls don't want their last names being divulged, so we won't. She's known as Maria the Greek. And the reason she's called Maria the Greek is that she was I believe she's Greek, for one, but the main reason is she was the founder, her along with her brother were the founders of one of the most famous card counting teams of all time called the Greeks.
Wow, okay.
All right, so there were, everybody heard about the MIT card counting team, and there was long ago the Czech team, and there was the Ken Houston team, and various, the Tommy Highland team. This group was called the Greeks.
Wow.
And Maria was an unbelievable team leader. Mm-hmm. I mean, she really knew how to get things done. People don't realize when you're playing on that level, people like her and Tommy Highland are just fabulous at what they do, keeping it all together, because they're dealing with a lot of different people and a lot of personalities and a lot of money going back and forth. They run these things like a corporation, like a regular business. And Maria was brilliant, and she's one of my favorites in the card counting fraternity. I've gotten to know her over the years. She's always a great conversationalist, and I had other friends that were up for nomination. I had authors that were up to be inducted, and I was glad when Maria won it.
Okay. Well, you had mentioned that offline. You said it was kind of a long time coming for her.
Yeah, she's been on the ballot for a few years.
Okay.
And she hasn't gotten it. But here's the other interesting thing: up until last year, it was all men. And last year was, we talked a week ago about Kat Hulbert going in, the first female, and now Maria. So that's two women in a row.
All right. That sounds great. Now, I can just hear in the comments, I know people are going to say, well, Anthony, what was the name of your team when you played?
We didn't really have a team. When I played originally with Stanford Wong, we played tournaments mostly. We were known as the Wong team.
Okay.
Not the right team, the Wong team.
The Wong team. All right.
But,
the Wong team won.
And then later when I played longer with a guy named Alan Brown.
Okay.
But it just didn't have the cachet, the Brown team.
Right.
It sounds like we're from FedEx or something like that.
Right, or a Tarantino movie.
Or
the Brown team.
Yeah. Who does Brown? Brown can do for you. What is that?
Right, UPS.
UPS. I don't want to give the wrong one there. But Alan Brown was the guy.
Okay.
And he ran the team, and a lot of people referred to it as the Alan Brown team. But we weren't as famous, although we were very good.
Okay.
But we weren't as famous as, say, MIT or the Greeks or, the Highlands and that sort of thing.
Well, the game's not really about fame, is it? It's about who makes the most money.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah. And I can say we made more money than some of those I just named. That's for sure.
There you go. You heard it.
So also there was a second part of that, which is the skills contest.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And I'm happy to report that the winner of that was my good friend, Frank B.
Okay, so Frank won the skills competition. Can you tell us what skills do you need to have?
Well, first of all, you've got to get through a ridiculous test.
Okay.
And Frank scored high on the test. I didn't make the finals this year. I think I only had 5 or 6 right out of 21.
Wow.
It's a very difficult test, but Frank made it through. You get 4 or 5 people, I think 5 people to the final table. And then they do, they have card counting contests. They have deck estimation. They have memorization of cards. And Frank is known for his sports betting. That's what he's known for, is being a sports betting expert, but he's also extremely skilled blackjack player. And he definitely was the class of the final table in that regard. So congratulations to Frank.
Way to go, Frank. Well, and we have some more parking news, and as we have predicted, the Wynn and the Encore are charging again.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen, and we said, we talked about Venetian, Palazzo charging a couple of weeks ago, and what did we say?
Right.
Wynn and Encore have just about got to be next, because now their competition next door is doing it, so they might as well do it too. The good news about this is it's better than most places in that everyone, not just locals, but everyone gets 4 hours grace.
Okay, and this is at the Wynn.
Wynn and Encore.
Okay.
Both of their parking structures. So you can park at either one for 4 hours free, whether you're a local or not, which is good. After that, I believe it's one flat fee. It's $20. It's $20 one flat fee for a day.
Okay.
So if you go over 4 hours, it's going to be $20, and you can stay there for 24 hours, or $40 if it's valet. Also, hotel guests park for free. People of Chairman, Platinum, or Black Players Club tiers park for free.
Okay.
And poker players, of all things, park for free.
Okay. Well, poker, you're playing for a while. If you're buying in, you're probably there for a while.
So that's it. You can't get a freebie any other way, by getting it validated, eating there, gambling, nothing. I guess you could get it. You will. If you're a big player, they'll validate it for you. But for the regular people who come in to stay, it's 4 hours and then, $20.
So what do you do if you're coming to Vegas? Where is the free parking on the north end of the Strip?
Well, fewer and fewer. TI,
Right.
Treasure Island, and Casino Royale still right now. For locals, the Mirage.
Yeah.
And, the Sahara, farther up really are the main places. If you're at the mall, the fashion show, parking is still free there, but I don't think they take kindly to you parking and leaving,
Sure.
whatever. But, the 4 hours free at the Wynn is not too bad.
Okay. And Treasure Island may be the play for free parking.
Treasure Island is a good play for free parking. Also Circus.
Okay. All right, so let's talk Formula One. We got some Formula One news as, Formula One's November 18th, so it is quickly approaching, and it seems like they have these erector sets of, grandstands going up.
Well, there's a couple of bits of information about F1, and the big part is still the disruption. As they continue to work on the roads, and there's that problem. We've talked about it ad nauseum here, right? Stay away from Harmon Avenue, stay away the south end of the Strip. Now you can't even walk. They're putting up grandstands in front of the Bellagio. They cut the trees down there. It's a mess. They're actually routing certain pedestrians. They're routing them through the Bellagio, in and out to get around and through there.
Okay.
So again, it's kind of a mess. You don't want to go down there if you don't have to.
Also, Flamingo and Koval right there by Ellis Island.
It's tough.
Yeah.
But here's the interesting thing. Now there's a controversy about what they're calling the paddock.
Right.
All right. The Formula One paddock, which is the big building where the cars are going to be staged, and then they're going to have probably restaurants in there and all kinds of stuff, viewing areas, but they don't want to call it the paddock because of the shootings, the October 1st shootings 5 or 6 years ago.
Right.
Because the shooter's name was Stephen Paddock.
Right.
So all of a sudden they don't want to call it that. But the problem is that's what they call it in racing.
That's kind of the name, right?
Yeah. There are literally dozens, of these facilities around the country, and they're all called the paddock.
So it's specific to Las Vegas because of the shooting that they don't want to call it.
It's only here. So they're trying to decide what to do, but they're having, they're not making that decision hastily and changing it. But there is an uproar right now saying we should not call it the paddock because it brings back thoughts of Stephen Paddock.
Sure.
So when that happened, he was a customer of ours. He was a gambler.
All right. That's what they said. He was a big video poker guy.
Yeah. And, I've mentioned this before, but when it happened and his name came out, we looked at our database and we saw it was very chilling because we saw that he was a customer who had bought products from us about video poker. Yeah. But I mean, what he did was, of course, horrendous. And it's causing the problem right now that, in terms of the name, they're not sure what they're going to do.
All right. So now the Sphere has opened. And there's something going on with the name here, too.
Yes, maybe you shouldn't call it the Sphere.
Right,
They want to call it Sphere.
Just Sphere.
For some reason.
Right.
I don't know. Sphere and loathing. I don't know.
Sphere and loathing.
I don't know what it's about, but all of a sudden, I'm reading it everywhere when people talk about it. They go, well, Sphere has, U2 and, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
They don't want to call it the Sphere. And please don't call it MSG Sphere, Madison Square Garden, or they'll lose their minds.
Right. Well, to me, MSG Sphere, the Madison Square Garden Sphere. I mean, Madison Square Garden's pretty cool, but when you hear MSG, you think bad Chinese food.
Yeah, right. So there's all this name stuff going on.
Yeah.
Now, that aside, I guess it's Sphere now.
Okay.
But, we heard that it was just absolutely amazing, right? The opening of U2.
Oh, yeah.
I knew some people who went, and they were just absolutely blown away.
Yeah, now you're looking at hundreds. I mean, you're looking at $500-$600 for like just a regular ticket.
Well, see, that's the problem. Everybody's like, well, man, I want to get inside and see that. You
Yeah.
know, with the Las Vegas Advisor newsletter, we made it the #1 value of the month just to look at it from the outside.
To go outside,
Because
walk around.
It's so amazing
Yeah.
just to view. But the inside is obviously, they're saying, 10, 20 times more spectacular. So maybe the play there, the concerts are going to be expensive for a long time, probably. But they started this show that they were doing. There's going to be a daily show. It's called Postcard from Earth.
Okay.
And maybe that's the best way to get in. Certainly it's the cheapest way to get in to see it. They say that this show is absolutely amazing as well. But it's still also pricey. It's the lowest ticket price I've seen, and it's variable. The lowest I've seen is $89 for one.
Okay.
So, and they say up over 200 depending on time and number of people that demand.
All right.
So, $89 to get in, and then there's parking, back to parking. What do you do with that?
Sure.
Do you park at TI and walk over? The parking for the Sphere is apparently ridiculous as well.
Yeah.
I mean, some of these prices are starting to go down, but they were charging, $60 to $100 to park there as well on top of it.
Oh, geez.
So,
Yikes.
you can park at different places. You could, we talked about it. You could park at the Wynn and walk. You could park at Ellis Island and walk up. You could park at TI and walk down. So, all those places we named on the North Strip are, opportunities.
One other thing, Anthony, I have heard people call it the Spear.
The Sphere.
Don't call it the Spear, okay?
It's something strange about this name, man.
Yeah.
They're having trouble with it. Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I hear a lot of people. I've heard several people call it the Spear, and I want to say that's not very sophisticated.
Yeah. Well, it's not only is it not the Spear,
Yeah.
it's Sphere,
Sphere. Right, like Ukraine.
I guess.
And every week we are trying to update you on the Survivor contest. How's it going, Anthony?
I don't look anymore. I'm not in it.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm watching it. Finally, the last week wasn't too bad. They're down to 2,383, 2,383, down from 9,000 plus. So I guess you got a long ways to go. The interesting thing there is that each $1,000 entry fee mathematically is now worth $3,890
Okay.
per entry. So, go guys, good for you. You're still playing.
Yeah, keep going. We'll keep reporting on it.
Yeah.
And sticking with football, Vegas is the best place to come watch a football game. But Anthony, you went out recently and checked out all the Monday night football parties.
Monday night football parties. We promised we'd talk about this week. So here we go. I've probably been to 40 of them.
Okay.
Both inside, in the casinos, in the bars, and in the gentlemen's clubs.
And what are you finding?
Well, we're finding it's a lot like it has been the past couple of years. The Monday night football parties used to be amazing in Vegas. They used to be everywhere. Everybody had some kind of promotion. Now you just don't find them anymore.
Okay.
There's two places. There's two great ones. One is South Point.
Okay.
And the other is Sapphire Gentlemen's Club.
Sure.
All right, so I'll give you a quick description. South Point, they have a big party in their showroom. They got the big picture screens going. I mean, the TV screens are going. Beers are $2. Hot dogs are $1.50. Popcorn is $1. That's the only food they're selling. You can get unlimited beer for unlimited draft beer for $15.
That's a great deal.
Well, it is, but I mean, think about it. If it's $2 for a drink,
Okay.
are you gonna drink 8 or more? So it kind of comes down to that if you want to do it. But they also have, like they've always done, they give they don't raffle it off. They have they pull names. I guess it's like a raffle for $1,000. They give away $250 per quarter.
Okay.
Now there's a lot of people in there, so your percentage of that, your chances of winning are low. But you could win anywhere from $250 up by going to this party.
This is a big party. I remember we shot footage from this last year.
Yeah.
It's a big party.
It's a good party. It's a good one. Like I said, they used to have more food and all, but it still gets packed like they used to in the old days. The Sapphire party is a paid party. It's $25.
Okay.
But man, I mean, the deal is great. So if the game starts at 5 o'clock, there's an open bar till 7.
Okay.
And it's good stuff. It's not just like draft beer and stuff. You can get bottles of beer, good beers, higher shelf, top shelf beers. You can get liquor, which is good stuff. Not just well stuff. And that goes on for 2 hours. And then when they start charging, they give you 2 drink tickets.
Oh, wow.
So if you're there past 7 o'clock, you can then start, using your drink tickets. But the best part is the buffet.
Yeah, you were saying the buffet was really good.
It's a fantastic, like a full buffet with, when I was there, when I checked it out, prime rib, wedge salad, asparagus. They had sliders. They had fingers and wings. So it's not just all bar food. I mean, the prime rib there carving was just terrific.
Okay.
So, and it's all you can eat throughout the whole game. At halftime, they do $2 lap dances.
Hey.
Which is just, I mean, the girls just go boom, man.
Is it like a 30-second song?
They're
or
there
like
and they're
a-
gone. Yeah, it's
yeah.
not even that. I
Yeah,
mean, they
that's-
go for about 15, 20 seconds.
Okay.
It's kind of fun to watch because they run around. You're trying to get their $2.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're into that kind of stuff, it's nothing raunchy. It's just everyone having a good time.
All right. Sounds like musical chairs.
Yeah, good party.
Okay.
Other ones that we saw, though, Silverton has Pacifico Draft for $1 and $5 shots of Patron. Not too bad. Silver Sevens has $1 Bud Light.
Sure. Okay.
In the Gentlemen's Clubs, another good one there is the Crazy Horse 3,
Okay.
where it's $25 for a open bar throughout the entire game and unlimited pizza at halftime.
Okay.
And then finally, the one other one that was decent was Hustler, where you have to buy a $30 card, a Hustler card, but that card can be used over and over and over again. So then during football games and Monday night, $2 drinks.
All right. So it's a little bit of a commitment to get the card.
Yeah, but I mean, I got my card like 6 years ago, and it's still good.
Oh, okay.
So you buy it once, and and it's pretty good. But it's just not what it used to be. They have a party at Ellis Island in the front yard, but there's no real deals on drinks or anything like that. So there's some gatherings, but the deals are the ones we just told you.
So the best two that you're recommending is South Point and Sapphire.
Yeah, those are the best two I found so far. And I'll keep looking around, but right now those are the tops.
And in this week's question of the week, it comes to us from our comments at the YouTube channel. It says, I'd like to know approximately how long does the Blackjack tournament last at the Downtown Grand? I'm thinking about going there on December 28th, but I need to leave by 6 p.m. so I can make it to the Golden Knights hockey game the same night. Is this possible?
Yes.
It is.
It's very possible. The schedule there, it starts at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
It runs till about 5:30.
They're pretty prompt to start it at 3.
Yeah, they're good with that. Now, yesterday I went and played. You were tied up with a previous engagement, but I went and played. They had their biggest turnout ever.
It's great.
And they still finished it well before 6 o'clock. This thing's getting better and better. First prize yesterday was over $800.
That's great.
For a $25 buy-in. All right. Then the video poker tournament is supposed to start at 5 o'clock. They've changed that from 6 to 5.
Okay.
Because usually the tournament's done by 5, but it wasn't yesterday, so everything got pushed back a little bit. But I'm telling you, that tournament is starting to become like an LVA meet and greet.
Yeah.
I mean, there were so many people there from LVA getting together and talking with one another, talking with me, talking with you when you were there. Everyone was asking for you. And it's just getting better and better.
That's great.
Thursday, man, from 3 o'clock till about maybe 7 when they finish the video poker. It's just full of LVA people. And Downtown Grand gets it. They came up to me yesterday and said, these are all yours.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, they go, this is because of you. I go, no, it's because of you, because you're doing it. And it's just fun.
If you build it, they will come.
People love it. And you
Yeah.
know what? I sat next to a lady who told me on my table, she said, this is my first time ever playing. And she was an LVA. She watches the show.
Okay.
And she goes, I don't know what to do. I said, bet your money. I said, this is your first time. This is my 1,001st time.
Yeah.
But I said, bet your money. Guess what happened? She advanced. I did not.
You're kidding.
No, I had 5,000. Someone had 5,200, and she had 5,100. She beat me by $100.
Hilarious.
Yeah, bad play by me.
She took your advice.
And she went. So I mean, again, anyone can win these things. They're fun. There's a meet and greet. We're planning to have a live feed from there on November 2nd.
That's right.
So mark your calendars.
And in this week's Jackpot of the Week, it came to us from a viewer, and the comment was simply awesome. And they sent the pic of a hand pay from MGM.
Yeah. This was, call attendant. Congratulations. Hand pay requested 6 cents.
Yep.
And we did this. We showed this because first we thought it was funny. The person wrote awesome on there, right? And people were getting hand paid. That's what was going on during the cyber attack.
That's right.
And nobody could cash out, no matter what it was. They couldn't cash out.
They had to cash out a hand pay.
Yeah. Now this is also something that's going on. They're having this problem with they're not cashing out amounts that are under $1, and that's another MGM thing I believe they're still doing. And this could be a reference to that as well. But I know for a fact that this was during the cyber attack. People are asking, what's the deal? Well, it's just come out. They're estimating that MGM is going to lose somewhere on the order of $100 million.
Okay.
When they add up all the costs, the loss of business. And that's not counting what might happen with the lawsuits.
Sure, legal fees, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, because people are starting to now sue them for not protecting their data and things like that. But in terms of how their operations are, the only thing we're hearing now at all is that there are still some problems with people accessing their rewards accounts.
Okay.
So maybe getting free play and things like that. So if you're a gambler, maybe trouble there. But we just we've heard some in the comments box. Somebody said, I'm a gambler. I just stayed there and I had no problems whatsoever.
Okay, so for the most part, MGM is up and running.
Yeah. But anyway, this will probably be the lowest jackpot of the week of all time, 6 cents.
Well, that's it for this week. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. We'll see you next week.